Vietnam is home to some of the best food in the world, and in today's video I want to show you 15 must-try dishes for when you visit Vietnam. Let's eat.
Big bowl of pho and quay. These little donuts, let's say, Vietnamese donuts. It looks unbelievably good. Just look at the clarity of that broth. It's northern style, so northern style means you get a clearer, more simple broth. You've got little shreds of spring onions in there, but that meat, look at the colour of that leg meat. It's been deboned, and then that yellow skin on top. And as I said, I've ordered it with the little Vietnamese donuts. I cannot tell you guys how much I'd look forward to coming and eating Vietnamese food again. It's the only reason I came here. Look at those noodles, flat, northern style, as I said, flat rice noodles. Wow. Silky rice noodles. The flavour already. Let's try that broth. If you can imagine, like, the best, richest chicken broth you can think of, maybe, you know, when you're sick or whatever, you've had chicken broth, it's that. And then you have those subtle flavours of the spices, the acidity from the lime that I put in, but still the flavour from the chicken is what comes through. It's unbelievable, and because it's so clear, you wouldn't expect it to be so powerful, so rich. I tell you what, great recommendation.
Max was just saying it's called Banh Xeo for the sound it makes when it hits the pan.
Two different types. Like you have like the central style, which is very small, usually a little bit thicker.
I've seen them.
And then this is like the southern style. Okay. God, it's huge. It can be a paper thing, you can see it through. Two-headed onion fork and bronze, but everybody does it a little bit different. Okay. There's like some people put like bean sprouts, some people put coconuts. It's everybody's different.
Look at that. Lid goes on to, I guess, steam as well as fry that part of the Banh Xeo. A bit of oil goes around just to get that frying and crispy. My favourite.
All right, bean sprouts in, Joey's favourite.
Mung beans.
Oh, mung beans in the Banh Xeo.
Oh yeah.
And the lid back on.
Clean that for a second. Go drain the hole.
So look at that. She's drained off the oil and it goes
Onto a banana leaf.
onto a banana leaf.
Right, and where's your lot?
That is ridiculous. This is the first place I've been where I've seen the side veg outweigh the main dish.
So this is like Mekong style. So this is usually the Mekong. So like if you're in the Mekong, like they go in their backyard and pick this. I mean, you like it spicy, so just go ahead and throw it in there, right? What I do is I usually just go through, cut it, use both big chopsticks, you can cut across. Nice and crispy, nice southern style. See how flaky that edge gets on there? It's good stuff. Not as crispy as the other one because like she does have that coconut in there, but still good. So now we get it ready. I usually get a base. So it's either the salad or this for the base. I always use this. I just think this is a little more flavorful. And you go through and pick what it is how you want. This is the mustard green. Yeah. So like you just pretty much go through and make it how you want. You can do a little gradia. You could do, I mean, really anything and everything here. I just kind of do a little bit of everything. I kind of usually like hold it down my thumb and place here and place more. Slowly build a little UCAS, one of my favorites. I'm looking for this right here. That's the Amberilla. But this actually has like a sour flavor. Try it out. Let's try this. It's like sour.
Very soft.
It's very stemmy.
Oh, I see you hit the stem.
Yeah, it's very stemmy and very like hard and woody. So I just get like a little mint of mine too because it's gonna be so fatty and so heavy. You can get actually some like coriander if you like that soapiness as well. And then what I do is you just now go for your Banh Xeo or the Banh Cong. Dip and enjoy.
Now, we all know banh mi. Lots of people eat it for breakfast. Again, I found another little street side stall, and, well, you can find them everywhere. You don't need to search too hard. You can see a big basket full of the banh mi here. They look amazing, so I think we're going to get one. Just one, please, with everything. You can see the setup. It's got a little frying pan, like the other place. Grab one of those rolls. We have everything. We have pork floss, we have crispy pork, we have cold cuts, Have the pickles, again the coriander and onion mix, pate. But first off, as ever, goes in a little bit of that mayo, then pate. Cucumber, some of that crispy pork. We've ordered it with everything, so we're going to get a little bit of everything. Some of that Vietnamese sausage, chair. Saw the egg earlier, guys, so couldn't resist having an egg. Never had one with an egg in before. Straight in. Some white pepper. A little bit of hot sauce. Oh man. Then those pickles, then that onion and coriander mix. Very, very good, the size of it. And finally, adorned with some pork floss. Yeah. And chili, of course. Chili. 25,000. I'd say bargain. All right, now we could eat this here on the roadside, but we're in Vietnam after all, so we'll be Vietnamese. It's morning. We're gonna go grab a coffee and we'll eat it with the coffee. Of course, you can find coffee everywhere in Vietnam, especially on the street side. But every morning I've been coming to this place, JoeyP Cafe House. It's a chain. There's a few of them, let's say. But for their Vietnamese milk coffee, I think they're pretty good. You know you're going to get something good anyway. So I thought I'd bring you here to eat the banh mi. Let's go in. We're going to have Banh Xeo, which is my favorite. 45K for a medium. That's my morning order every morning. Thank you. It's arrived. As you can see, it's a milk coffee, but you've got the milk on the bottom, the ice in there, and then the coffee poured on top. And what I'm told you're meant to do is bash it up with the spoon, mix it up with the spoon until you get bubbles on top. That's the, as I say, the Vietnamese way, as I was told. That's what we're gonna do. Get that mixed in, really get that ice moving. You're meant to hear the clatter of the ice, like this. Rich, creamy coffee, little bit sweet, little bit creamy, very strong, and perfect, I would say, to go with this banh mi. And you do see people coming here. It's busy, but you see them coming here with their banh mi. Crush this down. And yes, you'll say, why are you getting so excited for a sandwich? But if you've had a banh mi in Vietnam, maybe you'll understand that coming back to Vietnam and eating banh mi is something to get excited about. That is a great banh mi. Flavor, texture, quality of the ingredients inside. I love the richness of the pate. I love the cold cuts. I love the pickles, that crunch in your mouth with that sour hit. But the egg is super interesting. I wouldn't have thought of having an egg in this type of banh mi with all the cold cuts and the meat as well. Adds real richness and creaminess in there. And then that crispy pork, the crispy pork is great. You get little crunches of the skin because it's cut fine into cubes. You get little pops in there. It's a great banh mi. It's a great breakfast item once again.
If you're traveling and want to make sure you have mobile internet to find these amazing food experiences, I have a great discount for you with Saily eSIM.
And don't forget to use the code JoeyP at checkout to get 15% off your first eSIM.
Also, if you're looking for a travel card, you can grab a free card or a free £500 transfer with Wise. Use this QR code to sign up. And of course, both links and information is in the video's description. Now, let's eat.
Bun Nuong, grilled pork on rice noodles, and you can see Uncle grilling the pork here. Looks amazing. On charcoal, just on a little plastic chair, you've got the charcoal underneath, which I love, and then that meat grilling on top, smoking. You can smell it from around the corner, and just a little street stall here selling banh mi. You can see how fatty that pork is, and that's exactly what you want, because as it's cooking over that grill, the fat is just going to render down and get that char, but also it's going to keep it moist. I mean, it goes without saying it's going to keep it moist and add a ton of flavour, so you can't go wrong. He's clearly marinated it in something. We'll see when we try it, I guess. But even on here, even on the grill, it looks amazing. building the bowl up. Rice noodles are in there, the bun, the herbs, the salad, and now the nuoc mam, little bit of chili fish sauce. Oh, it's actually nuoc mam sauce. Oh no, it's chili garlic and fish sauce. And Uncle's just finishing the final touches on the pork. Want it cooked perfectly, of course, and he's caring for them whilst he takes his coffee, of course. Yeah, can't expect him to give up that, but he's just caring for them, turning them, making sure they're cooked perfectly. And finally, the grilled pork goes on. Come on. Thank you. Right, let's take it to the table. And this is how it should be in Vietnam, right? Sat on the street, next to the street cart stall, everyone starting their day, hearing the bikes go past and smelling the smoke from the charcoal grill cooking. Give that a proper mix up and get all those herbs, that cucumber, that salad, get that all mixed through. Oh, this is a typical breakfast here in Vietnam, and you can see why it looks light, and I just know it's going to taste light as well, exactly what you want at this time of day. Look at that, those white rice noodles now covered in that sauce. Yes. Wow, you can taste smoky flavour. It's sweet and it's salty, of course, from whatever they've brushed on top of it or marinated it in there. But the depth of flavour that comes through from that smoke, that smokiness, and then all that fattiness that just bursts into your mouth, it's super delicious. And because he's cooked it slowly over the charcoal and taking care of it, turning it, it is juicy and it is cooked absolutely perfectly. But there's so much savoury flavour coming through that. But those noodles, it looks like a light and fresh dish. It is a light and fresh dish. I can see why people rave about it. I can see why I was looking forward to it after hearing that raving about it. I've come to a place called Com Tam Ba Chi Hai. It's in a little residential area. It's just open, so they are grilling the pork on the charcoal grill. Broken rice.
Yolk egg of salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salted egg yolk in the
Yolk
middle
egg.
and meat on the
Fried
outside.
egg.
Fried egg,
Yeah.
yeah. We're going for
Skin
4
pork.
times eggs.
Skin pork.
And this you have Tabasco in, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I read about this, so I
Yeah.
saw in the video. This is the jowl, the
Neck
neck.
pork.
What an amazing cut, guys. Oh my God. Look at that.
Crispy.
Yes. Fatty, crispy,
Yeah.
juicy.
Okay. Yes, exactly.
That's it. And then this is a little bit of the chop. This is cut from the rib, I think. And then one of these.
Poached egg.
Oh my. Look at that. Look at that. And if that wasn't enough, guys, we have scallion oil or spring onion oil for us British people. And then some pickles.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cabbage, carrot, and cucumber.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. That looks incredible. Where do we start? What I think we should do, or what I've seen that you're meant to do, is move everything to the side, as hard as that is. And I should say, actually, she didn't put the cha on, so we now have some of that egg loaf, that omelette, basically, that thick omelette. So we've got 4 eggs now, but move everything to the side and then get some of that dipping sauce on. It's fish sauce, but I am going to adorn it with some chili, because you know I like it spicy. This rice is not the full grain of rice. It's called broken rice for a reason. Basically, it started off as a very worker's dish. It was the rice that couldn't be sold, the broken parts of the rice, and then the dish was created to make more profit, I guess, sell every bit of the produce that they have. So let me just get a flavour for the rice first. Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that texture. It is much more individual and grainy than I was expecting. Yes, the flavour, salty, sweet, fatty, smoky from that grill. I am loving this dish, guys. The triumph of this dish is that individually, and I haven't even tried the jowl yet, guys, but individually, this stuff is fantastic. Quality is amazing, but I think when you start to put it together, that's when it takes it to the next level. Look at the gummy, runny egg yolk. I want to get a bit of that because that egg has been fried to perfection. It's almost like a Thai-style egg, and I'm going to stick with, because we know the flavour. I'm going to stick with some of that pork chop, but a fatty piece of pork chop. And of course, some more of that rice. Come on. That is unbelievable. This might be one of my favourite dishes that I've eaten in Vietnam so far.
This lady is making summer rolls.
Oh, look at that, I love that. So you know in England, when we get these, we dip them in water, but here she's got a little
just
spray.
sprayed them, yeah.
She's just spraying them up. A little bit of
Lettuce, shredded meat, holy basil. You reckon you could do it like that?
oh, easy.
Yeah, look at that, little spray of water. Makes it pliable. And then she lets it rest so it seeps in. Smart.
Look at that.
And here they are, the finished products.
Just look at this. You can see how translucent they are with that rice paper. One of the synonymous foods, yes pho, yes banh mi, but also these soft rice paper summer rolls, not spring rolls deep fried, although incidentally, he has brought us over some of the fried spring rolls to try too. But these rice paper summer rolls is really synonymous with Vietnam for me. Into that dipping sauce with peanut, fried shallots, fresh chili, hoisin, sorry, as we're on this busy road, hoisin, which will add some sweetness. Let's try it. Soft, chewy rice paper. The also soft rice noodles in the middle, which adds a nice texture. And then you have the crunch of the lettuce, freshness of those herbs, and then the sweetness, the seafood flavour of the shrimp inside, because I didn't see them put it in, but there are little shrimp, cooked shrimp, inside too. Onto the deep fried spring rolls. Now I was just going to eat them just like this, as they are. And you can just see actually the tail of the prawn sticking out of it. Gary tells me, actually here in Vietnam, you're meant to wrap it in the salad and make a little parcel. Didn't even cross my mind, so let's do that. So we have all sorts of herbs in here. We have the Thai sweet basil, which my dear guest is going to put in there for me. Jiloy leaf, okay.
It's really, try a bit on its own. It's really citrusy at the back end, but it's got quite like a peppery taste. A little bit bitter.
Wow.
It's a hard one to explain, right?
I cannot explain I cannot explain the flavour of that. Okay, goes in, wraps up. Thank you. So much easier when you have someone making it for you. So give that a dip in there, and then bring it to the mouth. The boldness of the flavours in there, the crunch straight away from that deep fried outside of the spring roll. Look, the summer rolls are good, but I love that fried crunchy texture. Inside you have shrimp, you have wood ear mushrooms, you have minced pork, probably some other herbs and veg in there too, a little bit of carrot. That is pretty special. Right, here we go, layering up. A little bit of that pork shank. And she'll snip in some of that brisket. We've ordered the special. Out comes the Vietnamese sausage. Little bit of herbs and onion. Look at that. She puts the soup in to warm it up and then pours it back out. And then the final soup goes in. The noodles have hit the table. Look at that. What a bowl.
I love this place so much. I love Auntie. I love the noodles. I love where we're sitting. I love the whole vibe, if you will. But most of all, I love the absolute flavour bomb. There's bun bar.
Let me show you what's in this bowl. You have... Right, I'm going to try it. I did actually just ask Gary to film me and say, right, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. You go, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's that good, he forgot we're making a video. Anyway, I've added the condiments. I've given it a stir. You can see the bits of chili in there. Let's try it properly. So first, let's go with the broth. Just look at the colour, actually. Come back down. Just look at the colour on that broth. Now we've added that chili. It's gone quite red. And as Gary said, that satay gives the colour into the broth. Anyway. That broth, the depth of flavour in that broth, I could see that was going to be the case because she's cooking it with the shank, the trotters, and different cuts with the bone and the marrow in. The depth of flavour is crazy. in there, but there's also a lightness. It's not too rich that you can't eat that much of it. It's incredibly Moorish. It's incredibly savoury. Very, very good. Let's get some of those noodles with some of that brisket. What a bowl of noodles. I'm not going to lie, there's only so much you can say about one bowl of noodles, that's for sure, because, well, we've described the flavour profile, but as far as bowls of noodles go, we were both saying this, it has to be one of the best bowls of noodles I think I've ever eaten. Tofu, it looks, as I say, amazing. And yes, tofu, a lot of you will say, tofu is quite boring, I don't really like tofu. But one, the quality of the tofu has to be good. And then two, what comes with it. And we have the dipping sauce and we have the herbs, so it's really gonna up the flavour. I just want to show you what it's like on the inside. I mean, I have chopsticks, but hands is okay. As I said, how crispy it is on the outside, how crispy and golden. Biting into it, you can see it's remained soft and fluffy. Oh, it's so good. Even like that, it's so good. I'm gonna dip it in that mam tom, the shrimp paste dip, and see how that is. Oh, wow. That just freshens everything up, because at the end of the day, it's fried, it's not greasy, and actually that's why it is so good for a start, because it's not greasy. She gets the oil to temperature first, and then she drops them in, so it doesn't suck up all of that oil, so you do just get the flavour of the tofu, and then the herb, the perilla leaf in this case, just lightens it up. But I think they have Thai basil on there as well. Genuinely a great dish. Must be eaten whilst it's hot, so as soon as it hits the table, pretty much. But the quality of that tofu, it is so soft, it is so delicate on the inside. And I think also maybe slightly, not fermented, but there's a sourness that's coming through. Just the quality of the tofu is so good. And, well, I came here with a Vietnamese person last night and they said it's one of the best that they've tried and they love this dish. Get it on the order. This is it, just on the side of the road on the little intersection is literally just a converted motorcycle. Looks like a Honda Dream. And they've got the street food cart on the back. Northern style fish noodles. Just on the back of here, how good does that fried fish look? Maybe with a little turmeric on the outside of it. Never had these before. This is the soup. This is what's smelling so good. Just look at the colour of that soup. And I love this little genius. You've got the soup boiling away here, but because of the space, of course, I mean, it is just a little street stool noodle into the little basket, into that pot of water, like I said, with a little bit of that veg. So quick, only seconds in the hot water. And then some of that fish cake sliced into the bowl. This crispy fried fish. How good does that look? Still with the skin on. And finally, hot soup. And what does it mean? Interesting, a crumb. No idea what that is. And to the table. Maybe down here. Not many seats, just a few little tables. Thank you. Let's give it a stir, get it mixed in. Oh wow, that chili has a punch. Maybe I even put slightly too much in there, but flavorful, fresh chili, a nice kick to it. The lamb juice really cuts through the saltiness of that broth, but you still get that deep, rich, intense fishy flavor. Oh wow, the flavor is subtle of fish. It's not fishy. The texture is nice. It's not that rubbery, horrible. Well, the reason I don't like it, but it's light, it's fluffy, flavor very nice, nicely salted. But because it's been sat in that broth, it's sucked up some of the flavor of that broth. And you know what I love? Sat here on the street, literally on the street, on tiny plastic chairs, plastic tables, just eating an amazing bowl of noodles. This is exactly what being in Southeast Asia is all about. And then I saw another dish on the street side at a little street cart that I haven't seen before, so it must only open in the morning, and it's Banh Cuon. Haven't had a dish before, haven't seen the cart before, as I say, so I have to stop and I have to try it, of course. This is the street cart, Banh Con Nuong, delicious Banh Con. And yeah, just on the side of the street. Again, busy. I don't have a seat available, so we'll watch how I make it. And hopefully one will become free. But you can see, this is the batter, rice flour batter. And it goes onto this muslin. And not you, just this. It goes onto the muslin. And there you go. Yeah. Water steaming underneath, and it will steam with that lid on and make this pancake, essentially. And so you've just got a big pot of it here. And then after a few minutes, you can see it's set against that muslin, and she'll use the stick just to scrape it off. And then she'll fill it with the filling. It looks like pork and mushroom. Roll it up and wrap it up. And you get this a Banh Con. Then that will get chopped up on the plate, snipped up. How good does that look? On top, bean sprouts, cucumber, and some cold cuts again, some Vietnamese sausage. And that's your dish. All right, we're just on the street side because the tables are taken. So I've got a takeaway box. Instead of the sauce, he's just going to pour it on for me. Come on. Oh, enough, thank you. Oh, he's put a lot of sauce on there. I hope it's good. That beautiful box. On top you have the Vietnamese sausage. Ah, and chili sauce. Yeah. More. Thank you.
Okay.
Come on. I love chili, so I don't mind it spicy. Thank you. But bean sprouts, my favorite. If you guys have seen the channel before, you know. I'm not the biggest fan of bean sprouts, I must admit. But you've got cucumber, bean sprouts, that chili sauce, the Nuong that he's put on, and then these beautiful Banh Con. And on the inside, yeah, it looks like wood-ear mushrooms and pork mince. And then you've got fried shallots, crispy fried shallots. Looks like herbs as well, maybe Vietnamese mint. They are friendly, super friendly in the end. I think at the start they were a bit like, what the hell is this guy doing trying to film? And then they realized I was friendly, so they were friendly too. I'm gonna go straight in just for that. Street side again, guys, with the horns. And they love blowing the horns here. I'm going to go straight in with that Banh Con. You can see how thin that wrapper is. You can see when she was making it on that muslin paper. Takes minutes, not even a minute to cook. And yeah, let's try. Wow, delicious. Very meaty, very savory. I didn't expect it so, but that rice paper or rice flour batter, that wrapper, let's call it, maybe not a pancake, wrapper I think is a better way of describing it. It's so thin, it's so light, it just melts in your mouth, and then you get that mushroom and porky hit. It's a great little dish. It is a little, how would I say, one-dimensional on the texture, but that's why you have the bean sprouts, that's why you have the cucumber, the Vietnamese sausage. Great little dish. And yeah, those bean sprouts do add the crunch. So maybe in this case, I'll take them. I'm gonna come to a place for something I've been thinking about more than any other thing in Vietnam, put together the best, without doubt, the best cookie I have had anywhere is right here. Let's go find them. Okay, here it is. You are looking for a place called Mad Wine Bar, and then you come into this courtyard. It's a very beautiful little courtyard, actually, and the cookie store is down the back. Hello. It's down the back. It's stunning. Looking for Annie Cookie, or Annie Cookie Store. It's on Google Maps, and as I say, they are the best. Let's go in. Oh, smells good. And this is Annie. All right, to be honest, guys, I've asked her just to choose for me because she's going to do a better job than me. And the thing I love most, Nutella. The thing I love most about these cookies, other than the taste, is the care. They go into the oven to be warmed up. They get warmed up for you, so they're perfect. And it's those little touches, again, with the love that gets put into it, of course, from Annie, but it's those little touches that make all the difference. Strawberry shortcake. I think this is for strawberry shortcake, right?
Yeah.
Gets dressed up. And chocolate. Oh, chocolate onto the s'mores. And then what is this? White chocolate.
Yes.
White chocolate onto the strawberry shortcake. And here they come, my tasting board. of cookies. Oh, my water as well. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you. Let me give you a quick run through. We have the Nutella, of course, with the chocolate. We have the strawberry shortcake. Just look at that with the white chocolate on top and the freeze-dried strawberries. We have the s'mores or the marshmallow with chocolate drizzled on. I think there's chocolate chips in there as well. And then we have the salted caramel with that amazing salted caramel in. She's given me instructions that with the marshmallow one, so we'll go with that, with the s'mores one. I have to break it open for you guys on camera. And you can see the marshmallow. Oh my God. Look at that. The stretchiness. You can just see the texture on the inside. This is a New York style one, I think. So you can see it's gooey and rich and unctuous on the inside. Look at that. Let's try it. Oh my word. It's as good as I remember. Maybe even better than I remember because I've been craving it so much. You can see how much chocolate is inside and of course that marshmallow. But the best thing about these cookies, she takes the sugar right down, so they're not sickly sweet. You can just eat them and eat them and eat them, which is a good thing, so we have a lot. This one, s'mores one, it's one of the best sellers for a reason. Unbelievable. Straight away, as soon as you walk in, you can see the smoke wafting over onto the road. That was the first thing I noticed when I got here. Look at the flame as the fat from the pork drips into the coals. It's cooking over coals, and she's just guarding them, watching it. And to get even more heat, well, also probably to blow a bit of the smoke away, she's got the fan going here as well, but also that will fan the flames and get that, well, you can see, right, if I can get close enough in this heat, the char on the outside of those pork patties. What an entrance. So as we come in, you've got the little stall here. Oh, look, some have just come off the grill, going onto the hot plate there, or the plate there, ready to be served. You've got Uncle over here making the patties themselves. Big bowl of mince. You can see how fatty that pork mince is. You'll have salt in there, you've got the herbs in there, a little bit of pepper, and then just that huge pile of pork. It's not just that. Strips of pork belly, marinated pork belly. And the lady here is just layering them again onto these trays, which will go on the grill. So you've got the veg, pickles, and the veg going in. A couple of those, well, 3 of those pork patties. The slices of pork belly, which has also been grilled. Oh, over here, the smells are incredible over here. Of course, we've gone for the big bowl. Everything is here. So he was just telling me the raw garlic, or the garlic vinegar, not raw, goes into the Bun Cha. And the membran. Thank you. I almost forgot about that. You can also put the dried chili in there too, but look, just look what I have here. Oh, thank you. Look at the service. There are 2 ways to eat this. I've seen people in here eating it in this way. They take the small bowl that they give you, and take a little bit of that meat. So take a little bit of that, snip it into your small bowl, take your white noodles, get a little bit of those and snip them off into the bowl too. Take some of that broth, get that in, just to loosen it. I don't think I like too much. I've not had this before, but I'm thinking of how I like noodle dishes in general, and then just tear in as many of those herbs as you want from the herb mountain. Just get them in there. And then what I've seen them do is literally just get in there, mix it up, and eat. Oh yeah. Time and time again, the freshness from those herbs in Vietnamese cuisine. I've never been a big herb person, but since I've come here, I've really got into them. I just love what they do in these dishes. The pork, the strips of pork belly is, well, it's soft because it's pork belly and it's been cooked nicely, but there's a chew to it because it's been thinly sliced and cooked on the grill. It's not been cooked for hours and hours where it just melts in your mouth. There's a nice texture, and the more you chew, the more flavour comes out of it. You get that charred flavour from the barbecue, but it is quite rich and it is quite fatty, but those herbs cut straight through it, get the kick from the chili in that broth, and then the nice flavour from the garlic. I personally love it. Second way is, I think the way I prefer, take a little bit of that silky smooth noodle, and yes, I've washed my hands, have to say this because I'll get comments saying, have you washed your hands before you're touching your food? Put it on the spoon and just a little bit. You can put it in, but I prefer it like this. You get a little gas burner, and then your hot pot dish goes on top, and then the plate, you've got squid, you've got snails, you've got beef, you've got pork, fatty pork, you've got 2 shrimp, large slice of fish, and some of those stuffed pork chilies, or chilies stuffed with pork. Incredible little dish. Also a huge plate of vegetables that we saw downstairs, and then a big plate of the rice noodles too. It's an absolute feast. Get that fire turned on. We'll get that broth, because inside, as we saw, is the broth. You've got the greens in there, the herbs. Yeah, we'll bring that to boil. There are a few things you can get in there straight away whilst it's coming to temperature, because I think you want to cook them out a little longer. There are some things that you just want to cook very briefly, so you drop them in near the end. The squid, I think we can let cook out a little bit. Same with the pork. It's very fatty, so you want it to slow cook a little bit and render that fat out. The beef is so lean. You can see there's no fat on it at all. Very, very lean meat. So you want that. It's going to take seconds to cook. Snails too, they can go in because they're only going to soften the longer they cook. In terms of the vegetables kind of the same again. You want to cook them just a little bit. So we'll leave them towards the end. Anyway, lid on, and we'll let that cook. Now it's come to the boil, we'll start adding the rest of the ingredients in. So, top tip, obviously, I mean, it goes without saying, separate chopsticks for the raw stuff compared to the ones you're eating with. So I'm just going to drop that fish in there. I'm going to drop those 2 beautiful prawns in there, and then I'm going to put those chilies in there as well. But I'm going to keep the beef until the very last minute. All right, I've taken the meat and the fish out. I'm gonna put some of the vegetables in now. I'm gonna leave the squid, the snails, and the pork inside, because as I say, they will just get better and better. But I do want some of those vegetables cooked up. And I guess we should get going. So, we'll dip that in. I've already put some broth into those noodles, and we'll try that. Richness from that broth, that fishy broth. And then you wouldn't think fish broth and beef would go well, but that surf and turf, I guess. I mean, the beauty of hot pot, other than sharing with friends, is you have so many different things to try, like that fatty pork belly. I mean, it's strips of pork belly, isn't it? You can see that skin on top, fat underneath, and then layers of meat there. Again, dip in that dipping sauce and take some of those rice noodles. So good. Actually, the skin on top is still a little bit chewy, which is great, but underneath, that fat just melts in your mouth. The meat is good, of course. The noodles are good, the herbs are good, but it's all about that broth. And I guess with this dish, if the broth is not good, you're going to be struggling, but I just want more and more of it, so a few more ladlefuls into the bowl. Wouldn't be right to have the prawns sat there if I didn't try the prawns right, so get that head ripped off. Juicy, juicy inside. Oh yeah. Delicious seafood flavour on the inside. Not that we need more of it with this dish, but it's there. And just break that shell off and get to that meat on the inside. Big prawns, actually. Cooked perfectly, of course. What would you expect? What else would you expect? This one I'm just going to have as it is in the dipping sauce. So get it in there. Oh, yeah.